If you're looking for ways to remain happy throughout this entire holiday season, I've got 5 tips that I want to share with you on how to remain joyful throughout this entire time. The first tip I want to share with you is to focus on what brings you joy. Right up front, I want you to identify and even write down your top 3 priorities for this season. You know, with everyone and all things pulling at us, such as these wonderful sales that are going on, we have maybe children events that we have to attend, our spouse, our partner, our jobs. There are so many different things going on. And in the busyness of that, you could get lost in the shuffle and not have a joyful season because all the things you wanted to do were put on the back burner. So I believe that it's important to identify and write down 2 to 3 things that you want to accomplish this holiday season. What do I mean? Maybe you have a holiday tradition that you like to do that you want to make sure does not get lost in all of the busyness of this season. It could be that you also want to make sure that there are specific loved ones that you want to spend time with, or specific friends that you want to make sure you actually communicate and are in community with this holiday season. That could be a priority that you should identify. One of the things I also think that's powerful is sometimes when you share some of the things that are important to you, you can sometimes involve other people into the fold. So for example, if one of your holiday traditions is baking cookies, for example, and you want to make sure that that's a top priority for yourself, it would be great maybe to invite a family, a friend, or a bunch of people over to help you make cookies, right? If decorating something you'd like to do, that's also a fun activity that also could be more inclusive with other people. But what I'm trying to say is don't sacrifice the things that bring you joy this holiday season. Put yourself on the back burner and then you go through the season unhappy, right? It's important to make sure you find things that bring you joy. So the first thing is writing down your 3 top priorities for the season. The second thing I want to talk to you about is creating a ritual that allows you to reset and regroup. You know, there are different apps out there that allow you to kind of breathe and decompress throughout the day. But sometimes there are things that you can do without an app, right? Maybe it's stretching, it could be meditating, going for a walk. One of the things that I think might be really key this holiday season is consider creating a reset space, a space that you can go in your home and just reset. And maybe that's closing your eyes. I like to put face masks on a lot and do power naps for 15 minutes. Find what works for you, but when all is said and done, make sure that you have some sort of ritual that allows you to recharge, reset, and rejuvenate so that you remain joyous this holiday season. The third tip I want to talk to you about is food intake. I know you're like, okay, Rainey, what are you talking about? It is important to get a hold of that right away. I've already done my shopping for the season, so I already know what I'm about to get into, and so do you. So let's not fool ourselves. Let's set ourselves up for success and our bodies up for success so that we don't leave this holiday season ill or feeling sick or 20 pounds heavier. A couple of things I want you to think about is considering carrying a bottle of water everywhere you go so that you remain hydrated at all times. And you know, like I say, I'm always a big person who likes to put and focus on antioxidants and alkalizing my water. So putting things like lemon and or lime, putting things like blackberry, blueberries, strawberry, just to not only keep my water interesting, as you've heard me say in my prior videos, but also getting the benefits out of drinking water. And then I also go one step further and add alkaline water drops to my water just to make sure that I'm getting maximum benefit from drinking my water. Very, very important to balance your food intake. You know, if you're going to be going to people's homes and visiting family members, sometimes they also eat foods that you don't eat. So one way to get out of that, and I'm sure you already know, is not to depend on them to cook a meal that you know they're not going to cook, or if they do, they're just not good at it. It's for you to make the dish and for you to bring the dish to the event so that you make sure that you have something that not only are you going to enjoy, but something that's bringing your body nutrients and aligning with your health goals that you have for yourself. It's important to start the day not only with drinking water and staying hydrated, but make sure that you're having a nutrient-filled breakfast. Maybe it's oatmeal with fruit or a smoothie, something that's going to really set your body up for success versus shoving cookies and candy down your throat, which I know is very, very tempting. So tip number 3 is to really watch and balance your food intake. The 4th tip that I want to talk to you about is practicing gratitude daily. You know, one of the ways to really keep your heart full this holiday season is practicing gratitude and really reflecting on the things that you're thankful for and the things that we have in our lives. One of the ways that to keep your heart full is by donating to your favorite charity. It could be also volunteering. It could also be to do just small things to let people know in your lives how grateful you are by sending a quick text. I love audio texts, right? Audio texts are great because sometimes we're so busy, we might not have time to make phone calls, but a quick audio text that says, I'm thinking about you. I'm so grateful that you're in my life, makes a big difference, not only in the other person's life, but also fills your heart with joy and shifts your mindset back to joy and back to gratitude. Some of the other things you can consider doing is creating a gratitude jar, or even starting, if you haven't already, writing in your gratitude journal. And, you know, sometimes people think, oh, you know, I'm not a writer, I'm not a good writer, I don't know what to say. I mean, and things in my gratitude journal are things like, I'm grateful that I have vision. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for critical thinking. I'm grateful that I am appreciated. I'm grateful that I'm able to persevere. I'm grateful that I'm growing. I'm grateful for the skyline. I mean, there's so many different things if we look around that we can be grateful for. So I started a 30-day gratitude challenge. In the community section, every day I'm going to be posting questions, just really quick questions that I would love for you to get involved with. So make sure you're going into the community section and commenting. The first question, which was yesterday's question, had to do with what's one thing that you're grateful for that your body can do. And we got a few comments. Someone said that they were actually hit by a truck when they were 5 years old, and they were grateful that they're able to dance and move. Another person commented in the community section that they are a fitness instructor and they're grateful to be able to teach for the past 20 years. What are you grateful for that your body can do? So go into the community room, and I would love to hear what you have to say that you're grateful for, about what your body can do. And also, I'm going to add a question today that asks you to name your favorite comfort food and why you're grateful for that comfort food. So lots of ways for us to stay in community with one another. And I definitely want to hear from you. And I comment on all of your comments. So let us all know. So we want to know what's going on with your food, as well as we want to celebrate what you're celebrating about what your body can do. The 5th tip that I want to give you on how to stay joyful and happy this holiday season is to set healthy boundaries. So important to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-care. Boundaries are important when you find yourself saying things like yes when you really want to say no. Protecting your peace ensures that you can show up as your best self when you need to show up. And by showing up or doing things that you don't really want to do, you're not showing up as your best self, even when you think that you are, right? Sometimes people can become resentful, and that comes out in certain behaviors or certain things that you say. So saying no and setting boundaries is really important. Find polite languaging where you can actually say no. I mean, you can say something like, I'd love to come to XYZ event, but I can't at this time. I'm unable to attend your event. You don't have to go into a long script about why and this and that and da 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 da. Simply just honoring yourself and honoring your peace and honoring what you know is best for you is going to be so important for you to maintain your joy. Give yourself permission to say no. The other thing is, when you're at events, whether it's a family event or a work event or any kind of gathering, give yourself permission to leave early if you're feeling overwhelmed or drained. No one's going to know how you're feeling inside but you. So it's okay that you prioritize yourself. Make sure you're putting yourself at the top of the to-do list so that you can stay happy and healthy throughout the holiday season. So be sure to like this video so that it actually reaches other people who might be struggling this holiday season. Feel free to share this video so that others can benefit from the tips that I'm sharing, particularly around balanced eating as well as setting healthy boundaries. I think those are going to be the top two that really affect people. And last but not least, consider subscribing and go into the comments section and answer the question, what is a favorite comfort food that you're thankful to enjoy? And I will be sharing mine in that comment section as well. So have a fabulous, joyful, blessed, and beautiful holiday season, and I'll see you in the next video.